When Ian and Catherine Pratt welcomed their little girl George into the world 3 years ago, they saw a lifetime of happiness ahead. Then Ian was diagnosed with motor neurone disease, which ravages the central nervous system and has shattered their hopes of a future together.
Heartbroken at the thought of leaving his precious daughter without any memories of him, Ian is now recording short videos for her to watch when she grows up. And Ian and Caroline join us now, and it's welcome to both of you. Thank you for coming in today. So you married in 2009. You've been friends for about 15 years.
20 years. Yeah.
20 years
all
was
up,
it?
yeah.
And life together for you, you had your dream house planned, you were going to travel the world, there were so many things that you wanted to do. And you didn't realise at the time you were already showing symptoms, weren't you?
I was showing symptoms. At that point I was having some muscle cramping and twitching, which was sort of, now we know, is an early sign of the disease. So I've had it probably for 3 years.
So you didn't take any notice of it?
No, it was just being treated for muscle cramping, but they were really severe cramping. And so it was just sort of getting referred on to find out what was going on later on, and I lost some weight.
And with the motor neurone disease, the thing is, there's not one singular test that you can go and have done. This is a process of elimination that takes
Absolutely.
time.
And it's been, the process of elimination is really draining on you as a person as well, because some of the tests are quite invasive. So it wasn't just a blood test, it was, I couldn't tell you how many blood tests, I couldn't tell you how many scans.
Lumbar punches.
Lumbar puncture, EMG, you know, those people that have had them will know what they're like. But an EMG has to be, in my opinion, one of the worst medical tests that they've ever devised.
Yes.
And the trouble is that, you know, when you find out at the end what it actually is.
Yep. Well, during the process, all these tests come back negative, so you're on a high the whole time, sort of thinking, it's great news, but you don't realise that as you get all the good news, there's actually some bad news coming somewhere.
Yes.
And so, yeah, that was...
How much did you know of the disease beforehand? Because you looked online, like a lot of people do. You start looking online, you start discovering more.
When I first started getting muscle cramp, when I sort of was starting through the diagnostic process, which was about 9 months, I started then to looking at what my symptoms were online, which was the worst thing I could do. And then I discovered motor neurone disease, and I thought, you know, if this is it, then I was horrified. But I had to wait until I had a name. I had to know what it was. Yes.
It was when you were diagnosed with motor neurone disease that you were still going to the gym, weren't you?
I used to be very healthy. I was going to the gym 3 to 4 days a week, and then I lost about 18 to 20 kilos in a matter of a really short time. So overall now I've lost close to 30 kilos from my original body weight, which is, you know, why I'm sort of, the muscles just waste away.
What sort of time scale do they give you?
Philip, I've been really conscious not to ask for a time scale, because I don't think it makes a difference to me. I'll live today, every day, but on average I know that people last sort of 3 to 5 years. Some people last longer, some are much shorter, but the really important thing is that with this disease, every diagnosis is terminal. There isn't, you know, I know I'm not going to come out the other side and win. So we just have to raise awareness while we can.
And as a family, how do you come to terms with having a diagnosis like that?
You take every day as it comes, because you just can't prepare or plan sort of future trips. Or if you are now, we have to think about, we have to take a wheelchair or a mobility scooter. How are we going to get there? What are the logistics of getting there? So there's a lot more stuff that goes on now that we have to think about.
And your role's completely changed as well, hasn't it? I mean, obviously you're still a wife and you're married and you have all of that side of things.
I have a job.
You have a job, you're also being a mum, so you're holding down all those things, but also caring for him and looking after him and making sure that he's comfortable and okay. Takes up an awful lot of your time.
It does. It's from the crack of dawn, I get up, I go to the gym, and then I come home and it's get Georgiana ready for school, get Ian ready just to get out of bed, and then I work, and then we go pick Georgiana up, cook dinner, do everything. It's just I don't really get me time anymore, but you know, this is important. I support.
One of the things that we mentioned in the introduction there was that because you know that your time is limited, and you have a beautiful young daughter. She arrived a year after you were married. That you're doing what I would have thought, and I'm an emotional person at the best of times. I'm rubbish at making speeches, you know, and all that business. And you are making videos now.
I am.
Advising her on various milestones throughout her life.
Absolutely, because I know, you know, in my heart of hearts, I know I'm not going to be here for her personally. So and I'm losing the ability to type and to write.
To talk.
And to talk, and it just seems I can record a video and say things that I'd love to say to her on her wedding day, or
or just to be good.
Yeah.
You know, or just some general advice about managing her budgets and managing her money and
boys.
And boys, yep, definitely. I've done the boys video, but
there's a shotgun in the background.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
But
you've done 6 videos in total so far, haven't you?
And little bits and pieces in between. You know, it's just it's so easy with technology. Just grab an iPhone or whatever, a phone, and use a camera on there to shoot something. Or we've got just a portable camera at home that I use. But they're not. You know, they're not sort of full-on stage productions. It's just me talking to my daughter.
Well, you say, you know, you lost your own father, and actually, over time, you said that you find it difficult to remember what he sounded like.
Absolutely.
So to be able to have, like you said, the technology available now to always be there, and they'll be so treasured by her.
Absolutely. And it's also, you know, Catherine's been my lifelong friend, and it's just, I know that she'll look after Georgiana, but there's advice that a father would give a daughter rather than a mother.
And have you done one for Catherine?
I haven't yet, but it's in the pipeline.
He's going to do it.
It's in his project plan.
And you don't want to see them. These are just for George. There's nothing.
Yeah, I would watch them with her if she wants me to as we go through. But yeah, I don't think I would want to see them at the moment either. I think I'd just be in tears. Yeah. Some days are very emotional, and we have MND free weekends where I say we just can't talk about it. I just want to be normal for this weekend. But it's just with us every day.
You are living every day, as you said. You know, don't think about too much about the future. But you've just come back from Disneyland Paris.
We have. Yep.
And you had an amazing time there.
Yeah, worked out all the logistics to get him on the trains, and the Eurostar and the East Coast Rail were, you know, supportive and getting us on the train with mobility scooters and things. It's that, because now I have to think about the logistics of how do we get there, what do we do?
Of course.
And
those memories that will always be treasured.
Yeah, exactly.
A wonderful week there.
Yeah.
Let's meet her, actually.
Yeah, let's
Georgiana.
She's over there. Georgiana, you want to come on the telly?
Come on.
She's talking to Jeff
Bring
Brady.
She's been chatting up with him all morning.
She was deeply in conversation with Jeff.
Hi.
Hello.
George. Say hello.
Hi.
So we hear when you went to Disney that you saw Elsa and Anna on the big float on the parade. Was that very cool?
Were they your favourites?
Let's put him here. Let's put Stinky Hot Pot just here.
Who is Stinky Hot Pot? Hot Pot? Stinky Hot Pot?
Stinky Hot Pot. Well, he's Hot Pot normally, but he's, you know, getting a bit old and stinky now. So he gets called Stinky
very much
Hot
loved.
Pot. Very much loved. We can't travel without him anywhere.
Yeah.
She's very protective of you, isn't she?
She is. She's, you know, for a 3-year-old,
Look there.
it's amazing that if I fall over, which is sort of quite rare, with the disease you trip and just fall because you've got no concentration, no balance. And Georgiana would run her first over to make sure that I'm okay, or she'll call out for mummy.
Yeah.
And she'll try and help you up.
Yeah, or she'll try and help me up.
I've got the strength, obviously, but...
You know, even to get up off the couch, she'll come and help me to try and get up off the couch. So she's an incredible girl.
You are
just
a very
beautiful.
good girl, aren't you?
You take care.
You are
She's
a good
so
girl.
gorgeous. Really gorgeous.
It's the final day, I think, today of Motor Neurone Awareness Month.
It is.
Correct.
And that is why you're here, to raise awareness and to bring the discussion to the fore.
Absolutely.
Because no one survives. There's no sort of great story to tell about motor neurone disease because everybody dies from it, and so you don't get the I've lived it, I've had a cure, I'm great and I'm fine now. You don't have that with this disease, and it's, I think you need to get the awareness out there.
Thank you both.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Georgiana. It's lovely singing.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So thank you very much for having us.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Thank you.